Alright, folks. Hope you guys are having an okay day. Let's go ahead and get this party on the roll, I guess. Ooh. Get a little bit of a hot mic. Hello, hot mic. Why are you so hot? There we go. There we go. Oh, I forgot to turn on the lava lamp. Ah, my desk was all cleaned off and now it's all messy again. Because I've moved things and then move them back and then move other things. Gotta get the lava lamp on, huh? Can't forget the most important part. There we go. Alright. Love to make more music, but man, my time has just been so short lately. And that's how it is, you know, that's how it is sometimes, is that you just, it's hard to find the time. Hard to find the time to do everything. And I noticed that the less time you have, the less time that you have, the more you have to focus. So this is something that I noticed. I'm going to dial the music down a bit. So this is something I noticed back when I had my first child, is that the less time you have, the more you have to focus, just like as a matter of necessity, you have to focus on what you're doing. And so that actually increased my productivity in ways that I wasn't quite aware of until I actually had to experience not having any time to do anything. Because babies are very intense. I don't know if anyone's watching that has not had a baby, probably lots of you. But when you have a baby, they're very intense. They're time intensive. They require lots of your care, lots of attention. You know, you have a spouse that you have to attend to after childbirth and things like, boy, my kids are going crazy. You can hear them in the other room. Yeah, they're very intense. Babies especially. And so after you have a baby, it's not that you don't have any time to yourself. It's that your ability to just do whatever you want all the time shrinks. So you have a shrinking of that. And so if you're trying to be productive creatively, and in most of the cases, you have to be productive creatively, kind of in the margins of your life, because it's difficult to build up enough to where that's just like your main gig. It's really hard to be a full-time creative professional because it takes years to build a business. So in that focus, you start to discard things that you realize don't matter that much. When you have all the time in the world, you start throwing everything into your basket. You're like, I'm going to work out all the time. I'm going to take up skiing. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to be a musician. I'm going to be all these things. I'm going to be everything. I'm going to research this, that. I'm going to play this game and that game. I'm going to read all these different books. I'm going to, So as your time window shrinks, you start to have to really increase your focus. You have to say, well, what is my main focus, and what do I need to do with this time? And so as you get rid of superfluous stuff, because you're just well, I don't have time to do that, right? I didn't have time to play World of Warcraft for a while after having kids. So just okay, we'll let that go, and we'll do something that's more time productive instead of playing World of Warcraft. And so you start focusing more and more on what you're doing. Well, instead of trying to put together a band, maybe I'll just record something that's what I care about the most. And so you start to focus on what you actually care about the most. And as you focus on what you care about the most, for me, my obsession with that thing actually increases, right? I get more obsessed with the book, let's say. So my ability to output books increased after having kids because I didn't have a blank slate of time, either after work or just in the day. Especially when I'm very grateful for the time. Hey, Cap. I'm very grateful for the time that I spent in Vegas because I had a lot of free time. It let me pursue a lot of different interests and figure out what I was good at and what I really wanted to care about and what I really needed to do. But as the time gets more focused, it's okay, I'm writing this book. This is what I'm doing. I'm writing this book. That's my focus. That's what I'm doing. So every single day, you're looking forward to that time that you have to work, and boom, You're just like blasting out the words. You're just being super productive. So I can write if I'm really focused and all I'm doing is like the book, then it becomes so much easier to just do that one thing. And unfortunately, I've always had like hands in a lot of different pots. I've always done a lot of different things or worn a lot of different hats. I'm on YouTube, right? So I'm a YouTuber. And so some of my time has to be spent doing YouTube stuff. But like back when I was writing Water of Awakening, like my YouTube channel was, I don't know, it was really not that big, right? It was very small. It was like 5,000 subscribers. So I didn't feel this pressure of like, I have to make all these videos all the time. It's like I made a couple videos a week, and then like I just would really focus on writing. I wrote like 2,500 words a day, even though I was working full time with like a baby, So I was able to get a lot more done because I got to be more obsessive about that one thing. Oh, it's my lunch break. Boom. Open up Microsoft Word, write some words in the lunch break. Spend 5 minutes eating, 35 minutes working, right? I did that every single day. Oh, I'm at work 20 minutes early. Boom, I'm gonna work for 20 minutes. Oh, I need to stay after work a little bit. I was a teacher at the time. I'm gonna write for another hour, right? I just was like, I was so focused on what I was doing. And that was the case for a lot of the output that I had following my babies because that focus increased. So right now, man, I have so much crap going on. You guys really have no idea. I am moving. Doesn't look like it yet from this camera perspective, maybe, but like, yeah, we're putting the house on the market really soon here. So we've had, I've had to hire cleaners to do different things. I've power washed the house. Got to fix a million little things. Fix the lawn, fix this, fix that. There's a bunch of things that you have to do. So I have to focus like obsessively on this house, which I don't care about that much because I'm trying to sell it, right? But you gotta care about it to sell it so you can actually, recover some money, recover some money that you put into it, and get moving on the next stage. So that means that like I have to think with a lot more focus about what I'm doing. So like I haven't really played like Final Fantasy 14 much other than on the Steam Deck, which I have right here. Right? So mostly been playing it on this because the only time I have to play it is when I'm otherwise like I'm sitting with the kid who like my kid didn't go to sleep last night till like 2 a.m. She just was, I don't know, 3-year-old energy. I took a 1 hour nap in the afternoon, and that gives me enough energy to stay up till 2 a.m. with you, Dad. So, let's watch a movie that you don't care about. Like, okay, you can watch a movie. Maybe you'll go to sleep. Like, we'll watch a movie together, and then I'm bored, so I'm going to play a game, right? I actually didn't end up playing the game. I ended up experimenting with a bunch of stuff on the Steam Deck because that's what I do. Like, I got the Epic Game Store running, got a bunch of stuff working on it. Anyway, so you have to, like, focus more intensely. So I haven't been able to do music. I just haven't been able to do music in a long time because it's not enough time. I don't have enough time to do that. And if I'm looking at the total picture, it's like, what do I really need to focus on? Like, what do I think my mission is? What do I think my purpose is? I don't think music is necessarily it. Like producing the music that I have fun producing here in my little studio, my kind of ambient rock stuff that I enjoy just kind of being creative with. That's something that for me is kind of a good experience. Personally, I don't make a lot of money doing that. I make more money writing books. But also when I think about like what do I wish would have a lasting impact, it's really the stories and what I'm doing as an author that I care about. So you have to focus much more on that. And like that becomes the thing that you need to be doing in the margins. And even then, I'm looking at that, I'm like, I have to put that to the side for at least a couple weeks to get this house on the market. I have to stop working entirely and just focus on this thing. And then we can start adding stuff back into the mix. Like I wanted to do this review of Shadow Warrior 3. I haven't been able to finish the game because I just haven't had a lot of time to play games. So that's kind of how it works sometimes. So yeah, anyway, there's that. So once your time becomes crunched and limited, you start being able to really focus on what's important and think about, what do I really care about doing for me? What do I care about doing for the world? What's going to make me the most money? All those things become much more crystal focused versus when you have lots of time. So yeah, I end up being more productive creatively, having more output, making more money, and doing more things that I care about, right? Because obviously I care about my family, but it's like, man, I have 30 minutes to play a game. What game am I going to play? I'm not going to play a game that I feel any kind of like social pressure to play. Like I'm really not a fan of Witcher 3 personally. I know lots of people like it, and that's fine. I just don't really like the gameplay of it, and I just don't really enjoy it. So if I'm going to sit down and play a game, it's probably not going to be Witcher 3, even though I have it like installed in case I want to play it in the margins. It's like, nah, I'd rather play Final Fantasy because it's more fun, or I'd rather play, I don't know, one of these other games. I'd rather like go back and play like a Skyrim mod or something like that. Which you can play modded Skyrim on the Steam Deck too. So it really helps. David Clark makes a point. There's a reason guys with kids make more money, and you have to get more efficient and productive. That's part of it. So economists have actually studied this, and the group. Let's say we split people into different groups: men who are married, women who are married, men who have never been married, and women who have never been married. So we look at those 4 economic categories. Who makes the most money in those? It's actually men who are married. Men who are married make the most money. Who makes the least amount? Women who are married. Okay, so the productivity of the woman gets kind of shuffled onto the man, because if you're living 2 separate lives, you're upkeeping 2 separate houses, and the efficiency increase is actually more than the difference between the two. So basically, married men have way more economic output compared to married women, in such a way that, like, if we talk about like the gender wage gap between married men and married women, it's gigantic, because married women are working less, maybe not working in the economy producing GDP stuff at all, but rather maintaining a home, having children. And that actually frees up a lot of time and resources for the man to go out and make more money. He's not having to do dishes. He's not having to maintain his house. If he were a single man, he'd have to go home, do dishes, maintain his house, maintain all these domestic things. He's not having to do any of those tasks, so he can focus more on economic work, and so his productivity gets boosted tremendously. Men who are married and men who have never been married and women who have never been married make the same amount of money. So there's no gender wage gap between those two, because they're basically doing about the same kind of stuff. They're both engaged in similar economic activity, or the wage gap is like really small. And in some cases, women who've never been married make a little bit more, because they're more into white collar stuff, and there's more blue collar men who've never been married. But anyway, so you just look at it and they're basically at parity. Men who've never been married and women who've never been married. Those are comparable people. There's no gender wage gap. They're both working jobs. They're both having hobbies. They're both going home and maintaining houses. So their productivity level is basically the same. Whereas married men have higher productivity than all the other groups, because they're freed up to go pursue more resources by having a domestic relationship, right? Having somebody who splits those tasks. There's an efficiency increase. Whenever you have division of labor, there's an increase in efficiency, and you have that within a marriage too. It's pretty cool. So anyway, good to see you too, Sound Engraver. I hope you're doing great too. Did you know that Amazon KDP offers color interiors now? Yeah, they've offered that for a while. In fact, it's in a box somewhere. I have one of John De La Rosa's KDP books that's in full color, a KDP comic. I hope we're talking about physicals, Hardwick. Anyway, I know you can do full color like ebook interiors, and you have for a while. There's just a higher delivery cost, because you basically have a bigger file, right? If you're sending a bunch of images in an ebook, like I have color images in some of my ebooks, like color maps. If you're sending color images, that increases the size of it, and therefore increases the delivery cost to the customer, which cuts down on your royalties a little bit. So even if you're making a color ebook, you may want to think twice about that, depending on how expensive it's going to make the delivery costs. You may want to go with black and white, and how essential color is to the presentation, how many color images you're shipping out there. Anyway, so yeah, you can do full color interiors. You have for quite a while. The problem is they're expensive. So if you're going to do a full color interior, you need to really think about kind of the profit margin there, because it's honestly pretty bad. There's a reason that most of the comic guys don't do like KDP print on demand stuff, and the reason is because they don't want to lose they don't want to charge $20 for like a little floppy comic book, because that kind of has to be what you end up charging in order to make any money, because it costs so much money to print color interior books compared to black and white. Maybe $12 for like a little floppy book instead of what the big two charge, which is like $5 for a floppy. It makes it harder to make money. So instead, you go with a printer, you print a large volume where you can sell the book for cheaper, or sell like a thick, graphic novel. I'll give you examples of some really good indie ones. I'm going to recommend these. One by Matt Krotz. Here's Deus Volt. And then I'll show you something that's actually not indie, but I think an indie could do it with like no problem at all. So, here's a book by Matt Krotz, which you actually sign the interior. So thanks, Matt, for that. This is a really fun story. Kyrie, what is this? The Curse of the Macedonian Scroll. It's like a heist, but like in 2nd century Rome. It's really cool. I think it's 2nd century. I have to look again. Anyway, it's really good. So this, he had these printed through a printer, and then he shipped them out. He had like custom packaging and everything. It's really good. But it's really high quality. And because of the volume, you can probably save enough money to sell these. And he sold them at a really reasonable price for a pair of 100-page graphic novels. So these were really reasonably priced, I remember. I actually had 2 copies of them. I think he accidentally shipped me an extra copy. So I might give that away to someone that is interested in this. But the color interior, it's got the shinier paper, which really helps the colors pop. The other thing about KDP color interiors is it's a flat page. And the flat pages, they look fine. They're going to be a little bit closer to Deus Volt, and they will look fine depending on what kind of colors you use. So this Matt Krotz, I think, did the colors on Deus Volt as well, and if I remember correctly. And because he did these sort of watercolored, softer colors, they look great on the flat matte page. If you want that hyper-saturated, kind of modern look to your colors that really that Matt uses in this book, it's not really that modern. He does his own thing. Like, I hate to say, it's like DC's. So he does his own thing, so it's just how it is. Anyway, so if you're using these kind of softer colors, something that's looks more watercolor, then the matte looks great. Looks great for it, and the flat pages will look great. But if you're doing like really saturated, modern, dark colors, like really blacks and then bright, it's not going to look as good as the magazine pages, and so you may have to look at other printing things. Now, I wanted to show this because I actually think an indie could do something like this. I don't really like it, but I'll that much as far as the story and the art. I'm not crazy about the art, but actually it's a really good product. And this is something that my sister gave me by Neil Gaiman. The Sleeper and the Spindle, right? It's basically like Sleeping Beauty, but like a different take on it. But what's really cool about it, as far as the presentation of the product, and what makes me think about the presentation of the product, is that it's using 2 colors, like this gold and the black and white. But if you're just like, we don't need the gold, we're just going to do black and white, you could easily present like this, like a super illustrated story like this, and it would look really good. An indie could easily produce a product like this that's a kind of a hybrid. It's not really a graphic novel or a comic or anything. It's got just lots of big full-page illustrations in black and white. Now they added gold in, but if you took the gold out, like I would just take the gold out and save money, then it can actually be very cheap. Obviously, if you're doing custom printing, then it's not that much more to do like the gold. But there's lots of good. Just get the contrast right there. Lots of good images there. So I was like, this could be a product that a writer could do. It's like get together with an illustrator or be an illustrator. There's another option, and do something fully illustrated like that, or like the Robert E. Howard books that I've covered on the channel. Those are all good. So Finished Final Fantasy V. It's a great game. I agree. It's a lot of fun. Mime and dual cast spells are terrific. I'll be talking about the main music themes. Awesome. Lena's is probably my favorite among the heroines. I like the soundtrack of Final Fantasy V. I get a little tired of the battle music. One of the things I loved about Final Fantasy 13, there's actually a lot of things I loved about Final Fantasy 13. Like recent years, people are like, oh, it's been fun to hate on that game. The presentation of things in Final Fantasy 13 is like, I still don't think it's quite been equaled. It hasn't been equaled by its sequels, even like Final Fantasy 13, 2, and 3. They have the battle themes change throughout the game. So you never really get bored of the battle music. It's all good, but it's different. So like depending on what point you are in the game, you have different battle music. And boy, I really like that. I really like that they changed the battle music up because you're going to get a little bit bored fighting monster after monster and hearing the same battle music. So that was a particularly good part of those games. And Final Fantasy 12, of course, didn't really have. It had unique battle music for bosses, but otherwise, you were just running through areas constantly killing things. So they just didn't have battle music. They just were like, we don't need that. Skip that part. But Final Fantasy 13, because it had encounters, you had this changing battle music. Really kept the music. The music was probably, I'm hesitant to say it's like the best Final Fantasy music, just because, Nobuo Uematsu's done so many great ones, and this one was Masashi Hamazu, but he did such a good job. Like, it's so good. He did such a good job with the soundtrack of Final Fantasy 13. It's hard to underrate it. Hard to overrate it, I mean. Did you see the recent leaked video of Disney employees? I heard about it through the grapevine, but I haven't seen it. Did you hear about the slap heard around the world? I heard about it, but I didn't see it because I don't watch TV or anything, and I'm not on social media right now. So, other than this. All my friends, I keep seeing like pop-ups from Steam. All my friends are playing Elden Ring. I really wanted to play it, but again, like you have to focus. I'm like, I really want to play this like Souls-like Final Fantasy game. I really wanted to play Stranger of Paradise. It's really, really weird. The battle music for Final Fantasy 13 is Lightning's theme, right? Some of it changes all the time. Kind of changes depending on which character they're emphasizing in that chapter. So yeah, there's Blinded by the Light, dun, 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 and they use so many different instruments. There's like electric guitar and violin, and like, man, what a cool soundtrack that is. You can just put it on and listen to it. There's like harmonica in it and like blues stuff. It's just so eclectic, but so good. It's such a good soundtrack. I'd probably say that one's like one of the top two, and like the second one would probably be Final Fantasy IV. Man, every song in Final Fantasy IV is good. Every single track is good. And then maybe Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII had a great soundtrack as well. So those are probably the top three. Two Nobuo Uematsu ones, and then Final Fantasy 13 by Masashi Hamazu. So that one's really good. Do you plan to write a Voices of the Void sequel? I have a story in mind, but again, like focusing, I'm trying to finish up all this fantasy stuff I have and get that launched. I know people really liked Voices of the Void. I don't want to do a Voices of the Void sequel unless it's going to be really good, because I felt like I nailed. It was a very experimental book, but I felt like I nailed it, and so I want to do that again, but on a different. Like I have to have a different, slightly different creative approach to that one. And I want to do kind of the same thing where it's like no scene breaks. It's just straight through, no chapters, nothing, no breaks. It is a constant narrative from beginning to end. I really liked how that ended up working in Voices of the Void. Very experimental. Most writers don't do this. In fact, I can't think of a single other book I've read, even though this is a very short one. I can't think of anything I've read that completely had no scene breaks whatsoever. But Voices of the Void has no scene breaks, and that was like what I wanted to go for that story. And I felt like if I had pushed it too much further past, like, I think it was like 24,000 words or something. If I pushed it too much further past that mark, like into, 24,000 words is like Old Man in the Sea territory, and that's probably the closest story I could approximate, except it's not about some old guy fishing and having sharks eat his fish. It's about like killing zombies and stuff. Do you ever play fighting games? I love fighting games. I'm terrible at them though. I've always loved playing them, but some people are just so good at them. It's like you just can't compete. I tend to play them on like normal difficulty and just do the best. Just do the best I can with it. Yeah, Cormac McCarthy comes close. Yeah, so anyway, it's like I really pursued that. It would be really hard to do with a longer one because you have to have some time stretches. You got to have some breaks because not every moment is exciting. But it's like by saying I'm not going to have any scene breaks, it made you make every moment. It's like we're never leaving this character's perspective. Every moment must count. Every moment has to have something interesting happening in it, or it's not going to work. Anyway, let's play some games. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to remember. I don't even remember. Out of batteries. Here we go. I don't remember where I'm at with Final Fantasy VI, so I might have to look it up real quick. I've seen the Evil Dead movies. Yeah, they're not my favorite, if I'm being honest. I know people really love Army of Darkness. I thought it was really dumb when I first watched it. I didn't think it was funny, really. People love them. I like Evil Dead 2. I thought that one was good. I thought that was better than Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness was just silly and like goofy and just bad in lots of ways. I didn't really like it all that much. Look this up here. Where were we? We're somewhere in here. Oh, is this my map? That's my map. And I'm trying to remember where we were. I think we're pretty much ready to go to Kefka's Tower. I'm not trying to. I don't really feel the need to like 100%. Like 100% the game. So, I don't know. You could just go to. we could just go to Kefka's Tower. Final Fantasy VI is not a particularly hard game. So it shouldn't be too big a deal to like just go to kind of Kefka's Tower. Now we were here. Where is this? Doma Castle. Okay. Now we just finished Doma Castle, and we unlocked all of what's his face's moves. Let's see here. Where is the Opera House? I gotta look up a map. This makes it much easier, man, looking up a map versus just like wandering around. And because I haven't played this in 2 weeks, it's like really important that I have a guide, so I'm not like, where am I? I'm lost. I do like this music. The World of Ruin music. And the samples sound really good on the Super Nintendo, too. Super Nintendo had a sample-based sound rather than a synth. NES actually used like an AM synth. It's really pretty cool how that worked. Where is the Opera House? I do not remember. Oh, there it is. It's going to be down here. It's this little dot down here. It's out in the rocks. Right, we'll sit down right here. Bum, 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 bum. How much do you pay each month or year for your website altogether? Like, I think I pay $15 a year. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I think $15 a year. So no, not a lot. I'm trying to remember which one is which. I think this one. Incorrect blitz input. fight. Raid! What's the cheapest way to get one's own domain name and hosting? So I use, I'm not going to tell you who I use because that opens me up to hacking. There's a number of hosting companies that can do it, especially ones that aren't US based and will not delete your website if they find out you're a bad guy. In other words, if you're to the right of Mao. So I don't want to tell you which company I use, like right off the bat, because then that leads people to try different kinds of fishing expeditions. But yeah, there's totally a lot of companies out there you can get really cheap stuff for. I don't know if I want to use this. This party. Where's the antidote? Do I have antidotes? Thought I did. Oh, here they are. Wait on here. What do you think of Odyssey? I think it's great, but I don't really... Oops, sorry. I don't really check my comments or anything on it. So just be aware of that, because it's like, you know, any platform that's not YouTube, it's going to be like a tiny fraction of the YouTube potential. If you're able to cultivate a big audience, then you can take that audience to alternative platforms. But it's very difficult to cultivate an audience on an alternative platform because the total audience is so much smaller on those alternative platforms. So just be aware of that. Lots of rolling LCD1 samples. That's what I remember has been found. Which two book genres aren't that common to find together but could be good in your opinion? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Let me think. What do I need for the Opera House? I don't think I need a lot. Alright. Oh, there's a dragon here. Alright, well, we can do it with this team. I think we want to increase... Let's see what we got here. Set of beads. I think we have angel wings. Do we have angel wings? I'll cast float. Or whatever it is. Find someone who has float. There it is. Yeah, cherub down. That's it. Here, you know what? I'm going to change the party around. If I get it right in this creative problem. I'm struggling with the 5 tracks I'm finishing up. I feel like they can be better, but I want to move on to composing other things. You face that with writing. Yeah, a lot of times you know you got to finish something, and you're just not as passionate about it. So I don't know. It's hard. I think you just push it out, and then what I might do is take a break from it, and then come back a little bit later and see if listening to it again gives you more ideas. To sort of what you're doing. All right. Yeah, let's change party members. So let's do Lucina. We've got to have our like super duo of Chad and Sigma, and we'll add Juno in there too. That way I think we have some... Do like this unequipped thing. Alright. You don't really have to get all the party members to beat this game at all. Absolutely not necessary. Yeah, I like BitChute a lot as well. But you're always dealing with an alternative that's going to be a little bit smaller. Let's see what we got here. Let's do cherub down, or there's one that halves MP. The gold hair. Oh no, wait, we want that with just do that. All right. Let's go to magic. Maybe we can have float. You have imp. We could probably learn float real quick. Alright. Bolt, rasp, dispel, osmos. This guy have float. He does. Alright, that's cool. And he has float. Alright, so 2 of my guys have float. Do you have any suggestions for cheap, non-censorious hosting sites other than the one you use? And does the domain name have to be paid for separately? Usually, you pay for it through that provider. You pay for it through the host, and then you may have to pay to transfer it later if you decide to switch hosts. So like, what is it? Ionos, they're pretty non-censorious. They don't care what you host. But you kind of, I don't know, it's not as easy to use, let's say, as GoDaddy or something like that, or trying to make Squarespace stuff. But since I do everything with WordPress, it's really not a big deal for me. I guess I could give her the Genji glove. Why not? Wear it. I have like 3 Genji gloves. That's rad. We have the gold hairpin down here somewhere. Where is it? Gale hairpin. Is that it? No, that's not what we want. We want the gold. Is there a gold one? Gold hairpin. That's what we want. All right. Okay. And then we have the cursed shield, and you should have the ribbon. Yep. All right. That's good. Euro ring, black belt. Okay. All right. That's probably good. Does WordPress cost extra? No. It's free and open source. All right. Let's save real quick. Save, guys. You guys are always telling me to save the game. Save the game. All right, here we go. Help, help! Talk to the impresario! All right, where is he? Is he back here? Let's find out. Alright, we need to also get our espers going here. Phoenix. We want Phoenix, that's right. What do we have? What do we have here? We have Tatato. Okay, we want to keep that. That's Starlet. We can Cure 3 going here. I think she has Ragnarok, right? Ragnarok. Ultima. We're almost learning Ultima. Sweet. So far, Substack is nice. Medium is converged. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't use Medium. Yeah, you can put WordPress on whatever website you want. WordPress was like the standard thing for hosting webcomics forever because it's just very flexible. And if you work, you can make it not look like a WordPress site necessarily. I mean, you could make a Dreamweaver site still. That's still an option, which is it's Adobe's thing. But a dragon is sitting smack in the middle of the stage. Like how there's still an audience. There's the conductor still playing. Like, even though the world is in ruins, we're still having operas. Does this go to the stage? Oh. Alright. There's the dragon. Save that state. Oh, I can't drop it on his head? Okay. Thought maybe I could drop it on his head. Doesn't look like it. That would be nice though if you could like drop the weight on the dragon's head. Ionos. I-O-N. It used to be called 1-in-1. It's really kind of ghetto hosting, but they just don't care. Like, they don't care anything. They don't care about anything. Alright, can I walk around you? Oh, I can. Well, that's useful. Will this take me to the... Don't press the wrong switch, or... Well, I kind of want to press the wrong switch. I've turned off the lights. I pressed the wrong switch. Oh, now we're on the stage. Here we go. Don't have float here, but I do have haste. So we'll put haste on. Put float. Because I think this... It doesn't look much like a dragon, does he? Oh wow, that killed him. That's why. It's my best heal here. I have life 2, I think. Bring him back to life. We need to do float. Do I have float? I do. Cast float on yourself, Sigma. There we go. Float. Cast float on yourself. Oh, okay. Then it got rid of it. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what I can do here that's good. Try ice 2. this guy with something good here. Like, can we slow? That might work. That might be really good. Oh, screw it. Let's just hit him with Fire 3. There we go. That hit pretty hard. Alright, let's... see if the blitz comes off right. Ah, no, I did it backwards, I think. Shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna look up the blitz commands. I know I have it. What is it? Phantom Rush. Okay, you got to start with left. All right, there we go. All right, learn that one. It's the main one we need. Wait. Oh, I could just give everyone float. What am I doing here? There we go. I'm being so silly. Yeah, 1-in-1 offers email services. Oh, it still didn't work. All right. All right, well, let's put that right back on there. Try Ice 2. Ice 3. Let's hit him with the drill. There we go. Yeah! Magic. Oh, he's already dead. That was easy. He's taking that boss way too seriously. Alright. 4 dragons left. I don't know where the other dragons are. I don't think you even need to kill them all. Alright. That's it. Back attack. No! All right. We have an ancient castle. Where's Figaro? Look it up. Should be in here somewhere, right? Where are you, Figaro? Is it not in here? I can't land here anyway. I'll land right here. You think Foo Fighters will continue without Taylor? I like their first LP, but that's about it. Why wouldn't they? I don't know. I don't know enough about the Foo Fighters. Clearly. I haven't really listened to them probably since, I don't know, 2000? It's been a long time. I don't really care about them. I know Dave Grohl just came out with like a metal album, his second metal album. A lot of people don't remember... well, Figaro Castle is not here. Did I miscalculate where it is? Yeah, Probot. Probot had like all kinds of people on it. It had Lemmy on it. It had Kronos from Venom. It had all kinds of stuff. I expected nothing from the Halo TV series, and I got nothing. Master Chief shows his face in the first episode. Spartans definitely aren't 7 feet tall. Most of the cast are women, and there is an anti-nationalist theme. Yeah. I'm sure, like, you can't hand that to, like, a basic corporation stuff and expect anything other than pure hatred of the source material. They're not going to make a Halo series. Why would they do that? Halo is a series liked by men. Alright, I don't know where the castle went. Yeah, the castle's not here, so maybe it moved somewhere else. Or no, maybe we have to go in through the cave still. Maybe that's what's up. We may have to still go in through the cave, really? Yeah, same thing with the Castlevania series. Atrocious. Castlevania anime was like one of the worst offenders that I could think of. Like, imagine, I mean, so Sound Engraver makes a point. Like my man, pretty much sums up the disdain these people have. Imagine if somebody took Little Women and were like, man, this is such like a chick book. Why don't we like put some murder in it? And like, you know, started putting explosions and gunfights in it. You think women would be like, what the hell are they doing here? Like, why would they do this? That's basically the same thing, is right. Like you hand it to people who are annoyed that like a particular demographic likes something and wants to do the opposite of what that demographic likes. It's Bolshevik marketing, more Bolshevik marketing. No, we need to give them what they ought to have, not what they want. So what they want is bad because they are bad people. Remember, does this cave go somewhere? I think this goes back. No, this one goes back over land. Let's just get out of here. This is wasting our time. Fine. Takes less time to just kill them all. But imagine Pride and Prejudice with zombies was just called Pride and Prejudice. And they demanded that you recognize it as the actual official Pride and Prejudice. You get the idea. Alright, let's look at my map. Where is Figaro? Where did it go? It's not here. Did it go away? Did it move somewhere? Yeah, it's not here. I think this is where it was supposed to be, but yeah, it's just not here. I don't know where it went. I don't remember if it moved to a different place or not. I don't see it anywhere, so... The Coliseum, we don't need to be there. It's over here. Nope, nothing there. Did everything over here. Maybe I just can't get to it. Interesting. Is it still stuck underground? Maybe I have to go back to the castle. Or go back through the cave. Maybe I didn't make it resurface. I don't know. I thought it like resurfaced here. I'm so confused because it's not here. Like, where is it? Did it like go up here? Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it went up here. Okay. See, I already went here once. And, like, got the castle, like, back up and running, I thought. That's right, you can go back in the sand. King Chad, welcome back. Ah, we learned Ultima. That means we can learn something else here. Maybe Pearl, Shell, and Dispel. Alright, we'll do that. We haven't learned everything here, so let's keep that going. Get the engines going. What a splendid young man you become. Make yourselves at home here. I think I have to have it go underneath, and then we'll find the ancient castle. Antidote. Buy some of those. What don't we have enough of? Buy tents. Let's buy like 8 of those bad boys. Alright, I have all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, we gotta save the game. Go down here, right? We should stay at the... I think we could stay at the end. Yeah. Yeah, need a rest, yes. Where's the engine room? What are your thoughts on Clive Barker? I like Clive Barker's stuff. You know, I think he writes good horror. He did this novel called Imagica. Hopefully I'm thinking of the right author. Go. We'll have to come... Uh-oh. Yeah, we kind of don't want to do this, I realized. There's something odd about this stratum. Stop and explore. I think we go to the dungeon here. Is this it? Yes. Here we go. Goblin and Figaro. Uh-oh. Reflected. Alright, he killed that guy. Yeah, Clive Barker wrote this book called Imagica that was pretty terrible, if I remember correctly. It was just wandering and awful, very self-indulgent. Story went nowhere. It was basically The Talisman by Stephen King and Peter Straub, but, like, so much worse. Oh, so Airblade does nothing. There we go. Do you still plan on making... Yes, I do plan on making a visual novel at some point here. But because of that focus, that whole thing, like, I don't have that much time. I need to focus on the books for a bit. Because I just won't have any other time to do anything else. Goblin! Goblin! Nobody likes a goblin. Alright, that didn't work. Sigma learned Quake. Quake! Favorite sci-fi book? Dune. First Dune. I like a lot. Other than that, I don't know. I like Ender's Game, the first book, I guess, in Speaker of the Dead series, but it's good. As far as like classic sci-fi that I like. Yeah, those two I look back on very fondly. See here. Spurs. And we still haven't word quarter or wind, right? So we learned everything here. Haven't learned Cure 3, so we'll keep that there. We learned Pearl. Alright. I don't know what Pearl does, but probably does something cool. Have her learn Ultima. Wait, item. Antidote. Nobody likes a goblin. Alright, I think this is like a boss battle. Nope. Doom darts. So that didn't do anything. One of these has like a tonberry inside of it, which is really brutal. Incorrect blitz input. Favorite Final Fantasy? I don't know. Final Fantasy 4, 6, 9, 12, probably. My favorites. That's what the goblin looks like. I mean, that's quite a goblin. It's got like wings and everything. Yeah, nostalgia's a hard one. But revisiting number 4 for sure, I felt like it was very good. There's a reason people are so fond of it. I revisited 7 a couple years ago, and it's still very good. There's a reason people love Final Fantasy 7 as much as they do. You know what? I think I'm going to go back to the beginning. Let's try different magic here. See if all the magic's reflected or just fire. No, it's reflecting everything. I can't can't do the fire blitz for some reason. Kind of dumb. Yeah, I don't think 7 is nearly as good as people remember it being. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's still a good game. But for some people, it's like the only JRPG. It's like the first JRPG they played. It's the only one they played. And so like they just think it's the greatest thing ever. They think it's the best story ever. I think it's all still good, but I just don't think it's that good. No, wait. Yeah, I wanted to go backwards because I wanted to... I think there's a monster in a box that drops like a good sword. Over here somewhere. Discord. Level is halved. This way. Put on that Moogle charm. That's what we should do. If I was smart. But I'm not. Clean sweep. We don't need the cherub down now. Let's get... don't need 2 Genji gloves. Let's see. Do I have another hero ring? I do. Bam. Yeah, it's really hard to find, like, Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 4 is a big leap in quality, story, gaming, everything. We didn't have 2 and 3 in the States, so it was like a big difference back then. The original Final Fantasy was very buggy, too. I'm missing all the Blitz inputs here. You ever watch Final Fantasy Spirits Within? Yeah, years ago. I want to do it. I want to maybe do it again for the channel. You can watch it and get like a good analysis of what's going on. Because I think it's really good. It's really good to look at again. It actually killed the career of, like... I mean, like, it completely almost killed Square Enix. I mean, it almost killed Squaresoft. And they merged with Enix, because Enix is apparently having similar troubles at that time because of malinvestment. Which I just find really funny. Like, that's when, like, Nobuo Uematsu, like, left the company. Like, everyone left the company after that, Spirits Within. Who am I thinking of? Yeah, Hironobu Sakaguchi, he left the company after that, didn't he? Yeah. He directed the movie. And then he left the company. That's right. And he was like, yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah, it was a big shakeup at the company, you know? So, kind of interesting to look back at that. Legend of Dragoon. I have played Legend of Dragoon. Anyway. I think they're coming out with like a re-release of Chrono Cross. But I haven't paid that much attention to it. You guys probably know more about it than I do. Alright, yeah, here's the chest. This dungeon is brutal. Boom rush. Oh yeah, this is the guy. Oh yeah. Wall change. Alright, good. We got the super powerful Blitz. Let's just kill him. Alright, we got him. We got a Gradius. Alright. There we go. The Gradius. think I could give it to Lucina, though. I think anyone can use it. And now she'll have really strong battle power too, which is pretty cool. Though actually it's probably better... It's actually better to give it to her because she's got the hero ring, so she's going to hit harder. It's going to multiplicatively hit more. Yeah, the Tonberries. They're in Final Fantasy XIV too. They're kind of fun. There's like Tonberry fights. Oops. Get everyone pumped up here. Oh no, Aqua Rake. Someone's gonna die. Yeah. Yeah, look how hard she hits. My gosh. Actually, we don't need to do that. We can. Because there's a save point up here. Magic. Cure. Alright, we're good. I like Tonberries. They're in Final Fantasy Tactics too, and like I remember them just being like brutal enemies in Final Fantasy Tactics. Just awful. Kill that goblin. I don't remember what the enhancer does. Oh, it raises your magic power. Well, she should probably have that one. It's a man-eater. Do enhancer. Whatever. I think it does something else at the same time, though. I don't remember. Kind of high encounter rate, I feel like, in this dungeon. Honey bun, I'm right here. Did everybody leave and now you're lonely? Hold on, I think my dog is lonely. Are you lonely? What? Your bed's under here now. You can sit by my feet. No? I'm gonna get a drink. Oh, bye. bud? What are you doing? There's just cats in there. Oh no, someone died. Alright. Let's have less death, please. This guy still has a lot of MP. Oops. Alright. Alright. Already gone this way. Already got that. What you think, honey bun? Your bed's over here. Giving me that forlorn look as you like lay on the ground. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, honey bun. If you want to be over there, you can. I always thought they were funny looking because they have like a little kitchen knife. You know, that's what they've got is a kitchen knife. So their little kitchen knife just wrecks you. Finished playing God of War PS4. It's an okay game. Never finished it. Anyway. We got a magicite. And an X potion. Replay either 9 or 12. They're both good. If you're going to play 9, again, you know, you could play the Mogeri mod, which really upscales everything and makes it look beautiful. I'm going to try to get the Mogeri mod working on this Steam Deck. Like my current like gaming obsession is getting stuff to work on the Steam Deck. Like I got the Epic's Game Store to work on there. I got Final Fantasy 14 to work on there. I just think it's kind of fun to like get stuff working on it. I don't know. So yeah, I might try to get the Mogeri mod working on it. Let's use a tint. Gotta have some tints in here. But boy, I really love Final Fantasy 12 too. And if you play the Zodiac Age version that lets you speed up time to grind if you want to grind, you actually don't have to grind in that game at all. You could just go straight through to the end and beat it. And in fact, if you do the right jobs for your characters, then it's really even easier. So you could do that. But yeah, it saves a lot of time. Really fun game. Ooh, look at this. What the? It's an Esper attack. Let's show him some of our Esper magic. A 1,000 years in the past, the battle was waged here. Only Odin is here. Are your wounds healed? We're fresh out of options. We'll have to leave this battle in Odin's hands. How much is the Steam Deck? If you can get one, the cheap version is $400. But you have to wait a long time to get them. Now, I bought the mid tier one, which is like 256 gigs instead of 64. If I could do it again, I'd either get the highest tier or the lowest. I wouldn't get the mid tier again. But I was like, because you could change out the hard drive inside. You could change out. There's a SSD. It's a small SSD. It's like a small factor SSD, but you can totally. You could totally change out the SSD. And so if you're going to change out the SSD, in my opinion, get the small one, because the 64 gig one is slower. You could change it out to a 1 terabyte one later on. And the SD card, it has a micro SD card slot. It actually runs really fast off the micro SD cards. So it's a little bit slower than the internal storage, but really not by much. So if you're okay with loading times, get the cheap one, and you can get for like $130, you can get a 1 terabyte micro SD card that will run really fast. I put a 512 gig one in because just budget reasons, but I can always get like put that in something else. I have a 512 gig in my PS Vita, and I'm nowhere near filling it up. This one you can fill up really easy with like modern games. So yeah, I'd probably get the 512 one with like the anti-glare screen and all the other stuff in the special carrying case. That one's like over $600 though. That's expensive. So $400 as an entry point gives you a great gaming experience. I wish I got the really cheap one, because then I could have just loaded it up with a really good SD card and enjoyed it that way. And it would have been pretty much 95% as good as the internal storage. But I also wanted to just get enough internal storage that like I could install Windows on it if I wanted to. But I really want to avoid putting Windows on it just as like I don't know. Just I don't want to have Windows. I think it's really cool to run SteamOS. A city ruined during the War of the Magi. Let's watch the flashback. Yeah, I mean, you can order one, but whoa, look at that. He chopped everyone in half. Brutal. Like, you can order a Steam Deck, but it takes a long time to get one. Now, doing it over, I probably would have saved $100 and some odd bucks and just gotten the cheaper one. Or gotten the really expensive one with a bunch of storage and the anti-glare screen and all that kind of stuff. Just gone for the more expensive one and figured out how to find the money somewhere else. Don't do it! You can't turn me into magicite! After the iDubbbz documentary, Sam Hyde wanted to join the iDubbbz hosted boxing competition roster so he could fight Hassan Piker. He is now training the epic mealtime guy to fight one of the Game Grump? What the heck? There's an ancient legend. It tells of a battle between Odin and a powerful sorcerer that took place in a great hall of the castle. I wonder if there's anything to find around here. Can I go this way? Oh, there's monsters down here. So much for that goblin. Die, Gobbo. Level 3 model. It'll only work if you're level triples of 3. Explore around here a little bit. Something's moving under that castle there. Oh, I think you could see a fan moving because they're using the tile set from Figaro. Kind of interesting. So you can see a moving fan hidden in there a little bit. Figures. Yeah, you can see a little moving fan, like right here. Because they're using the tile set from Figaro Castle. Alright, Sigma learned a bunch of magic. Alright, Spurs. What did he learn? Alright, so he can learn something else here. Like... Man, he knows like so much stuff. He already knows Ultima. So like my strongest magic user is the Unicorn. Well, what does this guy have? Should want. Alright, we'll do Phantom. Alright, she learned everything. She's gonna learn Quake. Or... Bolt. I'm about to teach her Bolt, which is good. Let's do Palador, though, because that's a bunch of debuffs that are useful. This is Quake. Alright. Starlet. Oh, he almost knows Cure 3. Alright. Monster in a box. Oh no! Katana Soul. Whoa. Oh no, we lost Chad. Got him. I think he's gonna die pretty easy though. Maybe not. Wow. Life 2. Cure 3. Katana Soul's powers up. We got him. no learn slip. Got offering. I wonder what that item does. Departed Mom's Love protects against fatal magic attacks. Missed that one. I'm not gonna find it in here, am I? Offering, there it is. Changes fight into X fight. All right. Let's try it. Offering. Let's try it out. Let's see what we get here. That was a cool fight, though. Oh, there's a... Okay. Punisher. Whoa, look at that. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Whoa, that was cool! Alright, Lucina learned a bunch of stuff. That's cool. Alright. Some of our magic here. That's pretty good. Let's see what else we want. Oh yeah, we want to change her Esper. So I think she learned everything from Phoenix. Yes, alright. Tri-Talk. That'll give us some extra high level magic here. Let's go in here. All right. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Oh. Boxed set. Well, that didn't hit hard at all, did it? Sigma learned Demi. Alright, he hasn't learned everything there. Alright, we learned everything there. What do we want to learn? Alright, we'll learn Phoenix. Might as well give him some, like, raise magic, too, because he's pretty tough. I wonder how close we are getting to turning the Cursed Shield into the Paladin Shield. Oh, there's something here. A book with a gem-encrusted cover, Queen's Diary. I realize now that I'm in love with Odin. This breaks every rule of our society. But my heart longs for this noble, elegant man. How could anyone blame me? After the fighting is over, I'm going to bare my soul to him. Love between a human and an esper. There we go. Nothing in here. Except some enemies. Oh, she's gonna hit every... I didn't realize that, like, she could hit every single enemy in here. Oh, she's, like, hitting every enemy randomly. That's rad. Yeah, Airblades is not hitting for crap here. Skills. Strikes a mortal blow. Hadouken. And that's really expensive. I'll just use a antidote. What's the objective right now, story-wise? We're just exploring before we go kill Kefka, that's it. Really, I could go kill him. I could go do his castle, like, right now. I think we're probably strong enough. Easily, actually. But I don't know. Do some more stuff. This is not like the hardest Final Fantasy game. This is actually a pretty easy game. Fight that box set. That's Odin's statue there. I think you get to fight him. I just want to explore. Let's try fire. Let's see if that works. If I can actually put it into practice here. Does fire do damage to the box sets? It ought to. No, it doesn't. Blizzard Orb. Gold Hairpin. Is there Blizzard Orb? What does the Blizzard Orb do? Right. The items. Does it just cast Blizzard? Behemoth Suit. The Force Armor. That's really good. Let's put that on. Circlet. Oh, that's really good too. Dark Gear. I don't need that. Regal Crown. Red Cap is really good too. Yeah, let's do Red Cap. Genji helmet. Alright, we're good. Alright. I'm just gonna Google the Blizzard Orb. What is it, honey bun? Did everybody get back home? Oh, the Blizzard Orb can be used by Umaro. Alright, so it's a relic that not everyone can use. Alright, go on, honey bun. Alright. Okay. Let's do it. Alright, here we go. No, wait, we gotta fight more books. A boxed set. Anybody remember like CD box sets and stuff from the 90s? The boxes were really nice. Do you like any of the Kel-Tec rifles? I think they're cool, but lots of people say they're plastic trash. The RTB one is one of the coolest in my opinion. I don't know enough about them. Comment. I don't have any. So that should be your answer. Alright, let's get him here. Whoa! Odin turned into a magicite shard. I thought we had to fight him. Alright. Thought we'd have to fight him. I guess not. Whoa. And there's a dragon at the bottom here. There we go. Send the stairs down. Let me, No, not doing equip. We need espers. Menus are kind of weird here. Alright, Odin. Meteor! At level up, speed +1. That's pretty cool. What do I have on here now? Palador? Haste 2. We're going to learn Haste 2 and stuff real quick, and then we're going to put Odin on. Learn Meteor. Alright, there's the blue dragon. Now weak against poison. Oh, he's already dead. 3 dragons left. Alright, here's the statue of the queen. Even the queen was turned to stone. A tear comes from the stone? The magicite Odin gains a level and becomes the magicite Raiden. Raiden. Oh! We don't have Meteor there. We have Quick. Allows double commands. That's pretty good. At level up, Strength +2. Basically double cast, which is really good. Alright. I think that's it for this dungeon. Actually, why don't we use... We have teleport. When you start working on your visual novel, what gameplay elements would you like to have in it, if any? It just depends on like how much time to put gameplay into it. That's all. Like, if I were doing a full-fledged game with gameplay, then I don't know. That'd be a different thing. From a visual novel, really. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do the gameplay too much on the gameplay elements simply because that adds a level of complexity that will make it significantly harder to finish the project. You got to keep it pretty locked down. Oh man. Alright, let's do it like this. Oh, she's an imp. Okay, so we'll just fight. Suriander, that's a cool looking guy. What amount of gameplay elements can a visual novel have before it just becomes a video game? I'd say like, what's the one I'm thinking of? I'm gonna have to type it in to even say it. Udawa Rumino has like enough gameplay elements. I'd just say it's a video game. There's a lot of story elements, but there are a lot of gameplay elements. Oh, we're out of time for today, so this will be the only dungeon we do today. We'll do another one. I'll try to put in some more streams during the week for other stuff because I'm back at home. Well, it was fun to have the Steam Deck when traveling. Let me tell you that much. So I'm gonna really enjoy it because I gotta travel a lot. I gotta move my mom to Texas and come back here, and then move my family to Texas. So that'll be fun. Oh, Persona's way more video. Persona, I wouldn't even consider classifying it as a visual novel, but I guess some people could because there's a lot of story and dialogue in it. But yeah, it's all pretty much all gameplay. I thought huge amount of gameplay. She just wipes the whole party instantly. A small fortune in gas. In California prices, for sure. I mean, I was in Southern California. I paid $7 a gallon for gas. You know, I put $100 of gas in my car and my wife's car because we actually had two cars in Bakersfield, and that didn't, you know, didn't go that far. Yeah, in Southern California, I put in like $50, and it was like enough to get over the grapevine. And that was it. It's enough to get through the pass and into Bakersfield, where we could buy gas at a steal at $5.50 a gallon. Steal. All right, I think we're done here. We have to go back down here and tell our guy to... We'll have to have the castle go back to where it was so that I can get back on the airship. When I was a teenager, yeah, Adrian, when I was a teenager, I could get $20 and it almost filled my car up, you know, and that was like good gas. Good gas that was $1.60 a gallon, and people were complaining about the price then. And I remember driving to Texas in like 1999 or 2000, and I was paying $60 cents a gallon at Conoco gas. 60 cents. And that was just a normal price. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for today's adventure. I have appreciated everybody hanging out with me, but that's 2 hours. I'm going to do some more stuff on Steam Deck, I think. I kind of want to show off some of the gameplay stuff I figured out with the Steam Deck. Because like in Final Fantasy 14, for instance, like the trackpads are way more than just, oh, they're like, it's like a mouse or it acts like a joystick. No, you could put a bunch of macros. So like, you know, you could target different party members by dialing around in different directions, or like touch in the middle and cancel. You could do that with both touchpads and just do like crazy stuff with this. Like, you know, we could probably play World of Warcraft with this thing. And that might be on the list, is getting Blizzard games installed. Like putting World of Warcraft... God, I'm gonna need a bigger SD card. But yeah, like putting World of Warcraft on here and seeing if I can get World of Warcraft to run. By the way, the SD cards are hot swappable. So I can always buy another 512 and put like Blizzard games on it and just like hot swap it. And just do it that way. But yeah, so... That's totally a thing. Let's say that is... I need to... Anyway, so you could check that out. I'll probably have some stuff on that. The Wacom tablet, by the way, does work out of the box with the Steam Deck. No other software required, including pressure sensitivity. So that's pretty cool too. So I might have some more stuff demoing that kind of thing this week. Just like what can you do with a Linux PC and gaming, and what could you do with the Steam Deck? Because I think there's a lot of fun stuff there. Anyway, guys, God bless you all, and I will see you all next time.